Are you kidding me right now? Bron Breakker just got absolutely humiliated on live television, and I need to talk about this immediately because what we just witnessed on Monday Night Raw might be the most disrespectful thing WWE has done to a rising star in years. Hit that like button right now if you're as furious as I am about what just went down. Brock Lesnar returned to Raw after months of absence, and instead of building a compelling storyline, instead of creating intrigue, instead of doing anything creative, WWE had him squash Bron Breakker like he was some jobber from Main Event. The man who's been carrying the Intercontinental Championship, the man who's been putting on clinic after clinic every single week, just got decimated in under 4 minutes. Let me paint you the picture of this travesty. Bron Breakker comes out confident, championship around his waist, ready to defend his title against whoever stepped up. The crowd is hot. The energy is electric. And then Heyman's music hits. Paul Heyman walks out with that smug smile, and you know what's coming. The beast incarnate is about to make his presence felt. Now, here's where my blood starts boiling. Brock marches down to that ring with zero fanfare, zero build-up, zero explanation of where he's been or why he's back now. No promo package, no storyline justification, nothing. He just shows up like he owns the place, and apparently, according to WWE Creative, he does own the place because what happened next was a complete and utter burial of everything Bron Breakker has worked for. Bell rings. Bron tries to use his speed, tries to use his athleticism, hits the ropes for a clothesline and boom. F5. 1, 2, 3. New Intercontinental Champion. Are you serious? The same Intercontinental Championship that Bron has been elevating for months, the title that finally meant something again, just changed hands in the time it takes most wrestlers to finish their entrance. And you know what the worst part is? The WWE Universe is going to eat this up because it's Brock Lesnar. It's the attraction. It's the part-timer coming back to take the spotlight from the full-timers who bust their backs every single week. Smash that subscribe button if you're tired of this same old pattern. Let me break down exactly why this is so infuriating on multiple levels. First, Bron Breakker is 26 years old. This man is the future of WWE. He's got the look, he's got the pedigree as a Steiner, he's got the athletic ability that makes him look like a freak of nature. He's been having banger matches with Chad Gable, Sheamus, Ilja Dragunov, you name it. His Intercontinental Championship reign was finally making the title feel prestigious again. And what does WWE do? They have a 50-year-old part-timer who shows up maybe 12 times a year, come back and destroy him like it's nothing. No competitive back and forth, no showing that Bron could hang with a legend, no respect for the work he's been putting in. Just pure, unadulterated domination that makes Bron look like he doesn't belong in the same ring as Brock. Second, and this is crucial, what message does this send to every other young star in that locker room? It tells them that no matter how hard you work, no matter how many great matches you have, no matter how over you get with the crowd, when a part-timer decides they want to come back and play wrestler for a few months, you're getting squashed. Your momentum means nothing. Your championship reign means nothing. Your development means nothing. Remember when we thought WWE had moved past this? Remember when Triple H took over creative and we thought we were getting long-term storytelling? We thought we were building new stars? Well, apparently, old habits die hard because this is straight out of the 2015 to 2018 playbook where Brock held titles hostage and made everyone else look inferior. Drop a comment right now telling me if you think this helps or hurts WWE in the long run because I am desperate to hear your perspectives on this. Third point, and this one really gets under my skin, the Intercontinental Championship was hot again. Gunther's reign made it matter, and Bron was continuing that legacy. Fans actually cared about that title. Kids were wearing Bron Breakker merch. The IWC was praising his matches. Everything was going right. And now it's going to disappear for months because Brock doesn't defend titles regularly. We'll be lucky if we see the championship defended once every 6 weeks on a premium live event. You know what's going to happen? Brock's going to hold the title through Royal Rumble, maybe WrestleMania season, he'll have 1 or 2 defenses maximum, and then he'll drop it back to someone, probably not Bron, and disappear again for another year. Meanwhile, Bron Breakker's momentum is dead. He'll have to rebuild from scratch, and who knows if WWE will even give him the opportunity. Let's talk about the execution of this whole segment because it gets worse. Not only was the match itself a complete squash, but the aftermath showed zero respect for Bron's character. He didn't even get a moment to look defiant or angry or ready for revenge. He just laid there, destroyed, while Brock celebrated with his championship. The man who's been a monster on Raw for months just got treated like enhancement talent. And before you comment, "It's just wrestling," relax, no. This matters because this is how stars are made or broken. This is how careers are elevated or destroyed. Look at what happened to Kofi Kingston after his squash loss to Brock. It took him years to recover. Look at Ricochet before he left. Look at the countless talents who've been fed to Brock over the years and never recovered their momentum. Make sure you're subscribed because I'm going to be covering every single development of this story, and trust me, there's a lot more to unpack here. Here's the reality that WWE doesn't want to admit: Brock Lesnar doesn't need the Intercontinental Championship. He doesn't need any championship to be relevant. His name alone draws. His presence alone sells tickets. Putting a mid-card title on him doesn't elevate him, it just takes away from the division the title represents. It takes away from the younger stars who need that championship to establish themselves. You want to bring Brock back? Fine. Have him target the World Heavyweight Championship. Have him go after Gunther. Have him enter the Royal Rumble. There are a million ways to use Brock Lesnar that don't involve destroying your rising stars and taking their championships. But no, WWE took the lazy route, the easy route, the route that gets a short-term pop but creates long-term damage. And let's address the elephant in the room: money. Yes, Brock Lesnar brings in money. Yes, he's a draw. Yes, casual fans tune in to see him. But you know what also brings in money? Creating new stars. Building the next generation. Giving fans a reason to invest in characters they'll see every single week, not just when a part-timer decides to grace us with their presence. WWE is sitting on a goldmine of young talent right now. Bron Breakker, Carmelo Hayes, Trick Williams, Ilja Dragunov, Dragon Lee, the list goes on. These are the people who should be featured, elevated, and given opportunities to shine. Instead, we're running back the same playbook from a decade ago because it's safe and familiar. If you've watched until this point, thank you, and please hit the like button because it helps the algorithm push this video to more people who need to see this. Let me tell you what WWE should have done. You want Brock back? Great. Have him return and challenge Bron to a match at the next Premium Live event. Build it for 3 weeks. Let Bron cut promos about how he's not afraid of the beast. Let him show fire and intensity. Then, at the PLE, you can have Brock win, but make it competitive. Let Bron get some offense. Let him hit some spears. Let him make Brock work for it. That way, Brock gets his championship, but Bron looks strong in defeat and comes out with more momentum, not less. But we didn't get that. We got the same old part-timer shows up and destroys everything story that fans are tired of seeing. And the worst part? A portion of the fan base will defend this. They'll say Brock's a special attraction, or it makes him look strong, or Bron will recover. Yeah? Will he? How many careers have we watched get derailed by terrible booking decisions? I want to be clear about something: this isn't hate toward Brock Lesnar the person or the performer. Brock is incredible at what he does. When motivated, he's one of the best in-ring performers in history. His matches with AJ Styles, Daniel Bryan, CM Punk, Cena, Reigns, they're legendary. But Brock the character and Brock the booking decision are what I have problems with. Comment below and tell me what you would have done differently. How would you have booked Brock's return? Would you have even put him in the Intercontinental Championship picture? I want to hear your creative ideas. The timing of this is suspicious too. Right when AEW is making noise, right when competition is heating up, WWE trots out their attraction to spike ratings. It's predictable. It's transparent. And it shows that when push comes to shove, WWE will always rely on their old guard instead of trusting their new stars. Mark my words, this decision will be looked back on as a mistake. In 2 years, when people ask whatever happened to Bron Breakker's momentum, we'll point to this moment. This Raw. This booking decision that sacrificed long-term storytelling for a short-term ratings pop. Make sure you like this video and share it with every wrestling fan you know because this conversation needs to be everywhere. WWE needs to hear that fans are tired of this pattern. We want new stars. We want fresh matchups. We want to believe that hard work and consistency matter more than name value and nostalgia. The beast is back, but at what cost? That's the question WWE needs to answer. Was it worth destroying Bron Breakker's credibility? Was it worth making the Intercontinental Championship feel less important? Was it worth telling every young star in the back that their efforts don't matter when a legend decides to return? I don't think so, but clearly, WWE disagrees. Stay tuned to this channel because I'll be following this story closely. Will Bron get his revenge? Will this lead somewhere meaningful? Or will this be another example of WWE's short-sighted booking? Subscribe so you don't miss a single update. Drop your thoughts in the comments. And remember, the only way WWE listens is if we make noise. Let's make sure they hear us loud and clear. The Beast is back, and WWE just made their biggest mistake of 2025.